Hello everyone and welcome to my channel, Siriana Tarot. This is going to be an energy check-in love reading for my dearest Sagittarius. Sagittarius, we're going to take a look at the person most on your mind or your current situation. And if these messages resonate with you, I am going to ask that you hit that like button and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And just a friendly reminder, I am available for private readings, so if you're after one, I have those links down below. All right, my lovely Sagittarius, your energy, you're showing up as the Devil in reverse, Capricorn energy. Some of you could be Cap, Sag, cusps. Okay, your person, the Knight of Swords in reverse. They're viewing you as the Five of Pentacles. Okay, some of you, you've cut this person off, or there's been an ending here. Their true intentions, the Four of Cups in reverse, this person does want to come back around. And we have the Nine of Cups in reverse, but it does feel like it's something emotionally exhausting here. And, excuse me, we have the Queen of Cups. So some of you have Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio energy, but I kind of feel like you've freed yourself from this situation, Sag. I don't know if it was an off and on connection, a long-term connection, or someone that you started dating. But I feel like with this Devil card in reverse, like you recognize that you freed yourself from something potentially toxic or something that was, you know, ruining your peace, right? So let's see. Yeah, the Seven of Treasure. Yeah, you're like, I think you've been strategic here. I think you're kind of waiting. Maybe you're waiting to see if this person's going to reach out again. But I kind of feel like you're, you know, she's looking at her treasure. She's looking at what she's built. She's looking at her home. She's looking at her health. She's looking at her stability, everything she's worked for. And I feel like I'm connecting to some very evolved Sagittarians out there who are recognizing that, you know what, I am only going to allow people that add value into my life, you know, not people that drain me. I'm not up for any toxic BS here. All right, and you're viewing this person as the Hermit in reverse, Virgo energy. So you may have felt like this person was overly judgmental. I kind of feel like maybe they were like at sometimes picking you apart. I also feel with the Hermit card in reverse that this person, and for some of you, they may have ghosted you is kind of what I'm getting, but I feel like maybe this person was harsh or judgmental with you at times. Maybe even had a little bit of a temper. Maybe you felt like they were a bit of a control freak here. But I do think like you're kind of waiting to see if they're going to reach out, because the Knight of Swords in reverse tells me that they could have you blocked or they just sort of ran off in a different direction. The Hierophant in reverse tells me that some of you, this person, when things started to get more serious, or, you know, you brought up the idea of exclusivity here with this person, or marriage, or moving in together, or whatever the next step is, this person kind of dipped or disappeared. They could be of a different background than you as well. And we see the Wheel of Fortune. I do see that this person is very appealing, maybe on a lot of levels, but because they do have a lot to offer. I also feel with the Wheel of Fortune, this person is going to come towards you. They know they've hurt you or they've disappointed you here, Sag, with the Five of Pentacles. Yeah, it's for some of you, they told you that you were moving too fast, or you were rushing things, or they didn't want to rush things with you. You know, for some of you, you may have even told them that, you know, their actions or their behaviors made you feel foolish. And we see the High Priestess, Cancer, Pisces energy. This person is also worried that you're not going to take a risk or take a leap of faith with them. The High Priestess is kind of hard to access. So I definitely feel like you're not chasing this person. I also feel with the High Priestess, like they don't really know what's up with you. You've really pulled your energy back, and that's quite intriguing for them. And I do think that's why they're going to be reaching out. They do want to reconcile. We see the Five of Coral. They do want to heal things, heal conflict. And we see Temperance energy in reverse. And I feel like they can't hold back any longer. Some of you might get like a drunk text, or they might hit you up after they've been, you know, drinking or intoxicated here. But I also feel with the Temperance energy in reverse, this person does feel a little bit imbalanced. And I kind of feel like, look at how happy this Queen of Cups is. I mean, I know a lot of you aren't necessarily like super happy with what's happened here, but I do feel with the Queen of Cups, like you've caught your stride. You know, you're doing you. You're focused on, like I said, your health, your home, your happiness. The Nine of Cups in reverse tells me this has been emotionally draining. And we see the Queen of Coral. You're going to be standing your ground here. You're in alignment. And we see the Two of Cups. You've also found emotional balance despite what's gone on in this connection. And we have Judgment card. Now, this person is going to come back around, but I think a lot of my Saggies, you can really trust your judgment. I get this energy of like you've walked away, or maybe they walked away from you, but you didn't really chase them. And you've just turned your focus inward. And with the Two of Cups, I feel like you're manifesting a higher vibrational love that's not this person. These messages are coming out a lot, and it's because we've just had this eclipse. Big changes. You know, we trim the fat with eclipse energy. You know, we don't want to deal, or we don't deal with any BS with eclipse energy. So this person is coming in as sincere, but they have an addiction. For some of you, that might be the issue. I mean, maybe you feel like this person drinks or parties too much here. Okay, and we have they're closed off. So you might, you know, it does feel like they're not quite emotionally available, Sag. And again, like I feel like I'm connecting to my much more spiritually evolved, emotionally evolved Sagittarius, where you're like, yeah, you know, this person might look great on paper and maybe we had a good time, but if they're not emotionally available, or if they're destroying my peace, I'm not going to deal. I'm not putting up with it. All right. So we see values. We have too many differences. So again, you might be of different backgrounds. You might prioritize things differently. I'm afraid it's too late to take action. Okay. And I don't know if we will ever change. Yeah. Okay. And for some of you, this person does really struggle with bad habits. And you're like, yeah, you know what? I don't need that. I don't need that. I don't want that in my life. So, all right. But I feel like my Saggies, like I keep going back to this Queen of Cups energy. I just feel like you've caught your stride, and despite what's going on, you're doing the right thing. You're focused on you. And I think a lot of you, you're realizing you're doing just fine without this connection. Okay. So we see conflict resolution. So differences are bound to create conflict, but no matter how intractable, all conflicts are capable of peaceful resolution through compromise. So, okay, Spirit is alluding to the fact that some of you, if you do want to heal this connection, I mean, this person is coming back around. But I also feel like this is you internally resolving conflict, not feeling conflicted about cutting someone off who isn't in alignment with you, being unapologetic about really, you know, protecting your peace and what you've worked really hard for. Spirit saying beautiful things take time to grow. There's no need to rush. Allow yourself to grow at your own pace. So don't feel rushed to make a decision. Don't feel rushed to jump into another connection. Although I do think you are manifesting a soulmate here. All right. And look at this. The path to inner peace. I love this confirmation for my Saggies. If you are not at peace with yourself, nothing you attract will bring you peace. Check your vibe. But I actually think this is what you're recognizing in this other person. All right. So Saggies, I'm going to leave it here. I'm sending you so much love and light. Take care.